The new period drama, Sawai says, is the first authentic portrayal of Japanese history she's seen. Anna Sawai is having a breakthrough moment. Fresh off starring in Pachinko and Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Sawai takes on the role of Lady Mariko, also referred to as Tota Mariko, in FX's Shōgun remake, anchoring the series as the female lead. Mariko is one of the few characters in the show who speaks both Japanese and Portuguese, which is rendered as English for the American audiences. So she acts as a translator between John Blackthorne, Cosmo Jarvis, and Lord Yoshii Toranaga Hiroyuki Sanada. While Shōgun is not a historical drama, it's adapted from James Clavell's best-selling novel. Sawai's Mariko is based on the true story of Hosokawa Gracia, also known as Akechi Tama, a member of the aristocratic Akechi family. If you don't want the show spoiled for you, do not look up the fate that befalls Gracia in real life. For Sawai, a Japanese actress who was born in New Zealand and raised in Tokyo, playing Mariko was transformative. Her character made me rethink what I want to do in life, Sawai tells TC. In a conversation ahead of the premiere, the actress shares why she said yes to Shōgun, the impact playing Mariko had on her, and what she hopes to do next. What drew you to playing Mariko? When I heard about Shōgun, I was like, okay, they're trying to make another Japanese story. I don't know how different it's gonna be from the things we've seen in the past. And then I talked to co-creator Justin Marks, and I just felt like he was trying to do it as authentically as possible. That meant a lot to me, because I don't know if I've seen anything that, as a Japanese person, I could say that is accurate. So the conversation with Justin made me want to work with him. But also reading Mariko's story just really spoke to me so much, and I knew that she was the character that I needed to play, do it all the time because I speak both languages. So if I'm talking to my friends who speak both languages, we're using Japanese in between the sentences. So that wasn't difficult. But juggling two languages in accents that I don't speak, the Japanese was in periodic Japanese and the English was a little bit more British with some hints of Japanese accents here and there. So getting used to speaking it in those two forms, that was the challenging part. What was your research process like, bringing this period of Japanese history to life? Obviously I read the novel and picked up some books on Hosokawa Gracia, who is the model of Mariko. But we weren't doing a documentary on that. So I had conversations with Justin and Rachel Kondo, the other co-creator. For me, it was really important to talk to Rachel because she understands. She's a woman, and she's lived with Mariko's story for years before I came on board. And so talking to her and the writers, they're really so passionate about the female characters. That's the research that went into creating Mariko. What do you hope audiences sort of take away from her and the show at large? I hope girls, especially when they see Mariko, they understand that even if you are in this situation where you have to keep your mouth closed, and you can't act 100% what you're thinking, there's still ways to pursue your way. That's not to say, don't say stuff. It's more like, you still have your own power. You have control over your decisions, and your choices and destiny. How has playing Mariko impacted you since rapping? Oh my god, she's changed me. Oh, I don't know how to live with it. I think after finishing the whole series, I was like, oh my gosh. I really need to just do something light, something fun. And now after watching the whole thing, I'm like, I only want to play characters like Mariko. It was a really tough shoot. But that's all I want to do now, because it's so meaningful to me, and it makes me think as a person. So she's made me grow as a human being, I believe. And that's only thanks to Justin, Rachel, and Hiroyuki Sanada, who plays Lord Toranaga and served as a producer. So I want to work with those kind of guys. Would you do more period dramas? Maybe, yeah. But also, I don't want to keep doing the same thing. I want to find something else that is this challenging. If you watch Shōgun episode 4 The Eightfold Fence to its conclusion, you'll notice it's dedicated in memory of Larry Beckett. Although not a prominent actor or producer in the FX project, a search for Larry Beckett may lead you to a poet and songwriter known for collaborations with Tim Buckley. Considering his renowned work, such as Song to the Siren, it might seem plausible that Shōgun Episode 4 is dedicated to this Larry Beckett, especially given the lyrical parallels to the romance between John Blackthorne and Mariko. However, Decider has confirmed that Shōgun Episode 4 is not honoring the poet and songwriter Larry Beckett, who is alive and well. Instead, the dedication is to a member of the show's crew who tragically passed away during production. Larry Beckett served as Shōgun's canon expert. This choice for dedication aligns poignantly with Episode 4, where John Blackthorne imparts knowledge of English naval tactics to the Japanese, particularly the use of chain shot. Beckett's expertise was instrumental, especially considering the historical revision from the original source material, where Blackthorne teaches musket use rather than cannon tactics. This adjustment, suggested by the show's historical advisor Frederick Cryns, ensures historical accuracy and highlights Beckett's significant contribution to the series. In Shōgun Episode for the Eightfold Fence, John Blackthorne Cosmo Jarvis develops a deeper connection with his assigned translator, Tota Mariko Anna Sawai, than ever before. The latest installment of the FX series, now available for streaming on Hulu, delves into Mariko's backstory, revealing her father's transgressions, her family's disgrace, and her survival strategy of concealing her thoughts and emotions behind an internal eightfold fence. As Blackthorne, known as Anjin-san to the Japanese, learns more about Mariko's past, he also begins to grasp his role as a Hatamoto. He tries Natto for the first time, learns new words and phrases, and earns the respect of Mariko and his reluctant new consort, Fuji Mokahoshi. Importantly, Blackthorne demonstrates his respect for these Japanese women, admiring their courage and traditions. In a recent interview with Decider before the Winter 2024 TCA panel, Shōgun star Anna Sawai expressed her hope that audiences recognize the series' accurate portrayal of Japanese culture, a first in her career. This is like the first project that I, as a Japanese person, a woman, I'm able to say I'm proud of what we did, Sawai remarked. Although Sawai didn't specify previous projects that left her dissatisfied, she has appeared in films like F9 and series like Pachinko and Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Sawai particularly appreciated Shōgun's departure from the sexualized stereotype of Japanese women prevalent in media. She admitted that initially, she approached the character of Mariko with a more sensual interpretation, influenced by past portrayals. The scene that I taped was the bathing scene. The hot spring scene, and she was supposed to go into the bath with him, Sawai explained. And it felt to me like it was the same thing that we had seen before. And I think because the scene was like that, I was playing it a little sexual. According to Sawai, Shōgun's showrunners Justin Marks and Rachel Kondo initially rejected her for the role due to this portrayal. However, after revisiting the character and reading James Clavell's novel, Sawai adjusted her interpretation to reflect Mariko's stoicism and inner strength. The key to her, I would say, was to just have stoicism, Sawai shared. To understand that being powerful didn't mean being loud. Once you figure out that this person actually lived, Mariko is based on Hosokawa Garasha, you don't have to make believe. Like this was a real person. It was kind of easy to just channel her.